Hello, aspiring hunters. Welcome to the Hunter Experience. To understand the true weight of Beyond Netero's plan for the Dark Continent, it is necessary to analyze every detail revealed in the latest chapters of Hunter x Hunter, especially those involving Longhi, Beyond's connection to Kaken's royal lineage, and the mysterious purpose behind his own children. I believe Togashi has been preparing this revelation for a long time, and perhaps Beyond was never just an ambitious adventurer. Who knows? He might be the most dangerous player on the board, manipulating even the fate of the royal succession. If you're prepared for the incredible Hunter journey, click like and subscribe to the channel to join our troop. Don't forget to comment on who your favorite character is in Hunter x Hunter. Now, let's continue with this incredible story. Since the introduction of the Dark Continent, it has been clear that Beyond is no ordinary explorer. Isaac Netero himself had already warned that his son should not be trusted. Even so, Beyond built powerful alliances, including members of the Kaken Empire, which funds his expedition. But now, with the revelation that he has children born with Nen and cursed from birth, his intentions become even harder to decipher. I believe Togashi wanted us to think that Beyond was just a fearless adventurer, when in reality he could be executing a plan far beyond the mere desire to explore the unknown. The existence of these children completely changes how we perceive Beyond. Longhi revealed that she and her siblings were not born by chance. They were created as pieces in a grand scheme, and each of them carries a curse that activates the moment they lose their life. This detail alone would already be terrifying, but the most concerning issue is that not even Longhi knows the true target of this curse. I believe Beyond has created an entire generation of dormant assassins, ready to eliminate a specific target without anyone suspecting. And that target may be Kaken's own monarchy. This makes sense considering that Beyond managed to gain the Empire's support for his expedition. But if he truly intends to seize the throne, mere political influence wouldn't be enough. He would need a prince loyal to him in power. And what if one of the princes is actually his own son? Longhi believes that Beyond has already chosen someone to take the throne, someone beyond any suspicion. Who knows? It could be one of the strongest princes like Benjamin, who already has a highly trained army. Or perhaps Tirietnich, who is becoming a master of Nen and already has an obsessive desire for power. If one of them is indeed Beyond's son, it means the royal succession was compromised from the very beginning. But Beyond didn't stop at influencing the throne's succession. He also spread his children everywhere, ensuring they held strategic positions. The revelation about Salkov, one of Serednik's guards, who was already born with Zetsu, suggests that other children of Beyond may be hidden in different factions. This turns the royal succession into a true chess game, where Beyond has already positioned all his pieces without anyone realizing. Now, what makes this even more terrifying is that Beyond may not even need to intervene directly. If his curse works as Longhi suspects, then each of his children could be programmed to eliminate a specific rival without even knowing it. Imagine a scenario where, the moment one of the princes falls, the curse automatically activates against the most dangerous rival. This could eliminate multiple players at once, leaving only those whom Beyond wants in power. I think this would be a genius and cruel way to ensure that only his chosen one ascends to the throne. And what happens after Beyond finally gets what he wants? If he already controls the royal succession, his next logical step would be to take the Dark Continent for himself. Perhaps by ensuring that an allied prince became king, he could use the Empire's resources to establish a permanent base on the continent. But I think his plan goes beyond that. Who knows? Beyond may have already found something in that continent that justifies all this preparation. He might be trying to unleash a dangerous entity or even obtain an ability that would make him practically invincible. This would explain why he was willing to use his own children as disposable pieces. He wouldn't need them once his plan was complete. I believe this may be the real reason why Isaac Netero was so distrustful of his own son. He already knew that Beyond had no limits and would do anything to achieve his goals. But will Beyond really be able to see this plan through to the end? Kurapika now has information that could threaten everything. If he manages to prove that Beyond is manipulating the royal succession, chaos could erupt before Beyond even consolidates his power. Not to mention that other princes and factions may start acting if they find out they are being controlled without realizing it. Perhaps the Dark Continent itself will end up being Beyond's downfall. After all, no one knows exactly what dangers lie hidden there. If Beyond truly underestimates what exists in that place, he might end up paying a high price. But I believe that by then, he will have already caused enough destruction to be remembered as one of the greatest strategists to ever exist. If Beyond truly planned all this, then he has likely even calculated the possible reactions of the different factions on the ship. Kurapika, for example, could become a key piece in destabilizing his plans, but is he ready to face an enemy who has been manipulating events for so long? If Kurapika realizes that the royal succession was compromised before it even began, he may try to warn the other princes, but the question is, who would actually believe him? After all, Beyond didn't just influence the line of succession, he also ensured he had allies within Kaken's own military. If the theory that Benjamin or Terednich could be his sons is true, then any attempt by Kurapika to expose the truth might end up sealing his own fate. And even if he manages to convince some princes, this could lead to an internal war before they even reach the Dark Continent, favoring Beyond, who could use the chaos to further his own agenda. Another important factor is the presence of the V5 and the Zodiacs. Both organizations already distrust Beyond, but they still lack concrete evidence against him. If Longi truly decides to expose the truth about Beyond's cursed children, this could trigger a deeper investigation. However, if Beyond anticipated this possibility, he may have prepared a counter-strategy. Perhaps he already has compromising information about the leaders of the V5, or even some Zodiac members, which would give him a political advantage if he needed to defend himself. And what about the impact of this on the Dark Continent? Suppose Beyond is manipulating the royal succession to ensure that Kaken is ruled by someone loyal to him. This could mean that he doesn't just want to explore the continent, but rather establish a permanent presence there. If he already knows about a valuable entity or resource in that forbidden land, then his goal may not be just to survive the Dark Continent, but to dominate it. This raises an even darker question. What if Beyond is willing to sacrifice the Kaken Empire itself to ensure his success? If the Curse of the Princes is truly activated in a programmed manner, this could mean that a massacre within the royal family is already set to happen. If Beyond eliminates all the princes who do not serve his purpose, and only the one he deems suitable remains, then Kaken's power structure could change drastically. Furthermore, there is the possibility that Beyond has made deals with unknown forces in the Dark Continent. If he has already gained access to information about creatures or civilizations that exist there, he may have negotiated some kind of alliance. This would explain his absolute confidence that he will get what he wants. Togashi has always introduced concepts of beings and powers that transcend human understanding, so perhaps Beyond already has a hidden ace involving an entity from the Dark Continent that no one else knows about. In this way, Beyond would not only represent a threat to Kaken and the royal succession, but also to all of humanity. If he intends to seize the power of the Dark Continent for himself, this could mean that he is willing to challenge even the rules imposed by the V5 and the Zodiacs. The world's balance could shift depending on how events unfold. And what if the expedition is just the first step? If Beyond is truly planning to turn the Dark Continent into his domain, then he may have even greater ambitions. Perhaps he doesn't just want to conquer Kaken, but replace the V5 as the new dominant force in the world. This would make him not only the ruler of the Dark Continent, but also a global leader, shaping human society according to his own ideals. However, there is a flaw in this line of reasoning. Beyond still needs to ensure his own survival. He may have planned everything down to the smallest detail, but the Dark Continent is unpredictable. If he truly attempts to establish an empire there, he will have to deal with the unknown and dangerous forces that inhabit it. What if he is wrong about his chances? What if he has underestimated the Dark Continent just like all the previous expeditions? This could mean that in the end, Beyond might just be a pawn of the very fate he tried to manipulate. Perhaps he is just another victim of the Dark Continent, like so many before him. But until that happens, his plan will have already caused enough impact to alter the history of Hunter x Hunter forever. But what do you think about this? Comment below. Hunters, that was our video for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed our video, subscribe to the channel as it is still very new, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then.